I've been riding on a daydream.
All right, guys, a little windy today, and we're going to go camping. I'm going to do a self check-in whenever I get out there. Heidi's at work, obviously, and she'll join me a little bit later. In the meantime, I've got the camper all set up, and let me show you a couple things that's going on. First thing, we needed firewood, so I went back and we got a lot of trees back there, so I went ahead and just got a couple down branches, and I'm going to cut those up. That'll be plenty of wood for us. You can see, as a small engine mechanic, I don't even have a chainsaw because they're such pains in the butt, and I don't do enough cutting to justify having a chainsaw. So this is our pruner saw. It goes on the end of a pole, but you can remove it and use it as a little chainsaw, and it'll cut up this wood just fine. So I'll do that. I want to get the wood, go ahead and pile it in the bed. The other thing that I wanted to show you, which we can't see yet, I got some new spring bars. There was a guy on Craigslist that was about 14 miles away from here that had sets of these, match sets. Sorry about the noise again. We got a big tractor going up the street. But he had match sets of spring bars, and he only wanted 20 bucks a set. So I got a less rated spring bar, but it's still plenty for this trailer. This trailer calls for about a 600-pound tongue weight, and these are 600-pound bars, so I'll be okay with these. And we went out for a little test drive, and it works great. There's something that's interesting too. On our test drive, Heidi and I said, "Oh my God, what's that smell? It's horrible." And I said, "What's it smell like to you?" I said, "Because it's not transmission fluid. It's not anything I'm familiar with coming from a vehicle as far as the smell." And she says, "Quite honestly, it smells like old gas whenever you're working on old equipment in the garage." And I said, "I think you might be right." I said, "But why in the world would it smell like that?" Come to find out that the front pump on this tank is slowly failing. One of the signs of a faulty pump that may not be easy to diagnose is what's going on with this one. The front pump runs, the front tank feeds, you can fill the front tank, you can run the truck, everything's fine. The problem happens whenever you go to start it. It's kind of a long cranking time. Whenever you have a long cranking time, that means that the pump is losing its pressure back into the tank instead of maintaining it in the line at the injector rail. That's the first sign. The other sign is I filled up both tanks and I was running off the back tank. Whenever I was at the gas station, I wanted to check to see if I could put any gas in the front tank after I filled the back tank and was running off the back tank. And when I opened the front gas cap door, the gas just comes shooting out. Something pressurized the tank. So I went ahead and drove the truck on the back tank and just figured that it got pressurized because of a bad vent problem. Well, that wasn't the case. What happens is the back pump, instead of pumping all the way to the engine fully, it would pump to the front tank and fill the front tank and then go on to the engine. So whenever we went on our test drive, that smell was because I was still pumping from the back tank. The front tank couldn't take anymore, so it pushed it through the vent hose up to the charcoal canister underneath the hood, and gas was coming out the charcoal canister, which is used for filtering the fuel vapors and recirculating through the engine. So I'm going to have to get a new charcoal canister, but all I've got to do basically is run the front tank only, and I won't experience that problem. Whenever the front tank's really low, then I can start running the rear tank and I should be okay. We'll see what happens. So we're going back in the house. I'm going to pick up a few things. I need to pick up the laptop and a hard drive and, of course, all the camera gear so we can film some stuff. And Heidi's already thinking that I'm out at the campsite. She's sent me a text. I told her not hardly because of all the stuff that I'm doing here. I want to make sure all the laundry's done at the house before we go. But you can see here, it's all gone. Look at that. And here we go. Here comes an engine breaker for no reason. He's got a green light. There's no traffic in front of him, but he does have a load of wood. I don't have that much wood. That's all I've got there. So you can see that should do us pretty good. We're just going to be there a couple nights, and I got all this as starter, which I'll bust up, and then this is filled too. like I mentioned in a previous video, these are really nice. Try to find yourself a good heavy-duty leaf yard bag, one that's not collapsible, that has a good mill to the thickness, and this has served us pretty good because it has a top for it in case it rains. We can keep this wood dry, and we have a tarp for that, so we can stack it. Let's go ahead and pick up me driving out that way, which hopefully is going to be in a few minutes, so stay tuned. We're on our way, finally. When I say we, I mean me. Heidi's not around. She's at work, like I mentioned before. My son's hanging out here at the house. Looks like traffic's going to be a pain in the ass. So I'll just take my good old time. It's like 4 o'clock in the afternoon. I could have checked in at 3, but oh well, I just had some stuff to do. So we'll get on our way here, and I'll pick it up again whenever we get out to the campground and we're doing some sort of a check-in. You've guys seen the drive out here before, so I'm not going to make you sit through that again. So here we're coming up to the campground. I've passed a few cars going out, and the park ranger, and I see there's a camper that just came through here. You can see possibly out in the distance there a fifth wheel, and I'm going to see what this self-registration stuff is all about, because I've never done that before. And of course, obviously, the campground is closed as far as the office, but you can camp. So let me grab my self-registration stuff and I'll show you what that's all about. All right, so here's the paperwork. Just a couple of envelopes up there, and I want you to put your site number here. It says, take this packet with you, follow the instructions posted or contained in this envelope. You're going to write your site number there. That's what the colored box is. Fill out the enclosed camping permit card completely. Insert the camping permit, all copies, and fee into envelope. Camp fees are posted at the registration site. Checks are accepted. Of course, I can do a credit card. There's a place on here for a credit card. I called in and talked to them about that. And then here's the rates. $24 for the electric. Non-electric's $20. Let's see what this looks like. I'll set this envelope over here. I'll need that, obviously. Yeah, $24 a night. And I'm looking here. There's not group camping. I need to find out what sites are available. What sites I can check into. Campers without reservations and unable to contact park staff may set up on the following walk-in sites only: 133 to 145, 187 to 198, 1 to 26, and 128 to 132. Basically, this is where we're sitting right now. We're down here. This is the office, and I want to find a site, I think, over in this spot, because this shower house, as far as I know, is the only one that's open. So we'll head out that way and see if I can find anything. And obviously it said 1 through 26, and that's basically everything in this loop, and then up this way too. So here's the camping permit card, and again, place for the credit card number. Also, I'm going to include my rewards card number, because that gets me a little bit of points accumulation, and then whenever I go camping next year in the summer, I can redeem those for free nights. I already have like maybe 3 or 4 free nights. I'll have to ask Heidi, she knows. Choose a campsite that has no tag or equipment. A site displaying a tag with today's date is not a vacant site. Complete this date, time, site number, and signature on the reverse side of the occupied tag. Then clip the tag on your site post. Immediately complete the camping permit card. Put all 4 copies and your camp fee in the envelope. Take the sealed envelope to the self-registration area. Put the sealed envelope in the metal flip door labeled "Lift for Deposit." And park employees will take care of that. So that's kind of nice. So yeah, I want to do 1 through 26, which that's written in here. It says 1 through 26. So let's go check that out. We'll See if we can find something. Got a guy there had to get by me. Hot rod. So 1 through 26. Hell, I could choose this one right here if I wanted to. You can't really necessarily see that in the camera view. This next spot coming up, obviously, number 3. They don't look very big. I need something a little bit bigger. I want something a little bit longer. Although, that one's not so bad. Number 4. I got a tag over it, so maybe it's not available. I don't know. Number 5. Maybe this one on the corner. We'll see. Like I said, I want to be real close to the shower house. So maybe we'll go down here and do a loop and come back. I think this one's pretty nice. I like this one, number 8. I don't see anybody on 8, so we'll go ahead and do that. A little bit more. Guys, so that's it. We're in our spot, or I'm in the spot. Heidi isn't going to show up for about another hour or 2 hours yet. She's still working. The little furnace that I have running, the little Polonus heater, that's just an electric heater. It's a ceramic heater. Man, that thing's awesome. I don't even have it turned up on high, and it was 52 in the camper. I've been running it for an hour and a half, and it's 73 degrees. I'm actually going to have to back it off a little bit, and that's the entire camper. And we're not even insulated real well. The refrigerator, I could do more to insulate in there, and I'm happy. I mean, I don't even have to run the propane except whenever we do some cooking maybe inside here. I had to run to Wendy's. Just no plan. I ate this morning, and then we didn't. Heidi's bringing some food and water, and of course she's coming later, and I just didn't think about it. My hair's messy. I've had a hat on since I took a shower. Ugh. As I was going to Wendy's, it was kind of cool. There was a lot of deer. I don't know if I captured any that I can put on here, but if I did, I will include those clips so you can see there was some deer that was at the playground, and then I saw them again when I was going out. They crossed the playground, and when I got up close to a couple, man, it was just, they were going through the woods. It was crazy. Just tearing apart trees and stuff. I don't know how they can go through all that crap. And then as I went out a little bit further, there were some more deer. And I told Heidi, I said, be careful. I think it has to do with how nice it is. It's so warm outside. I mean, I can't believe it's December. This is definitely really warm for this type of year. Now, I'm not saying we're in the 70s or nothing like that. But, I mean, it's like in the 50s and the sun's gone down. That's great for this time of year. The other thing is, the campsite that I got is kind of short. Heidi's going to be parking her car here, so I parked my truck over in the 30-minute parking over by the shower house. I'm hoping that 30 minutes don't apply for winter camping. I know that during the summer, that's a good idea because everybody's driving their cars to take showers, and then they're leaving, and the spaces get taken up kind of fast during the summer. But you know, now that it's winter, I just hope that they don't give me any. I hope they don't tow me. I think that they would come around and knock on the camper or something first, but they don't really know who I am.
Maybe they can figure it out. I don't know. I mean, there's nothing on my truck that tells them that I'm here. Maybe I should go put my lot number on the window. I might do that. The reason that I parked over there is because the overflow parking that's normally used in the summer, I mean, it's quite a ways away. And I just don't trust my truck sitting out there with so little people coming in and out of the campground. I mean, I don't know for sure, but I mean, they could steal my stereo out of the truck. They could steal my brake controller out of the truck. I grabbed my GPS because I'm going to take some video off there that I captured and try to put it in on this video. The whole idea of parking it over there and leaving it, like I said, with just not a lot of security, I don't want to do that. I got the laptop set up and turned on. I'm going to go and plug in my hard drive, and I'm going to start editing some video here. So I'm going to close this out. You're not going to be able to see Heidi on this one, and then tomorrow I'll show you more of the campsite and the surroundings. It just got dark really fast, and I needed to do that self check-in, which that was kind of cool. The self check-in, you just fill out the cards, you put your credit card number or cash or check or whatever, put it in a sealed envelope, and put it in the slot up at the office. I was kind of worried about that, but then I got up there and I seen the slot. It was said D-Bolt on it. It's like a bank drop, so I feel pretty secure with my credit card being in there, or as far as my number, because I can't imagine somebody fishing that out. It's impossible the way it's set up. So all right, that's it, and I appreciate you guys watching, and as always, I hope to see you out there. Bye.